Good morning, everyone. So just anybody who doesn't know me, my name's Niamh Bambrick. I am the Agri Sustainability Manager for Board B and Origin Green. So I guess just a bit of a background. A lot of you would have received an email to set up your accounts on AgNav. Some of you might be set up, some of you mightn't. There's no, you don't need it for today. There's just a bit of a background. It's pretty simple process and application to use. Like Dermot said, you can't really mess it up. Even if you create a plan, you can recreate a plan for a farmer. So probably the best way is if you're from a farm and you have a herd number yourself, set yourself up and go through it yourself, or set maybe, a friendly farmer, as we say, that you'd be able to use as, for better terms of the word, a guinea pig for it. That's probably the best way to do it. So I guess, what is AgNav? From a background, AgNav is a sustainability platform and it's developed between ourselves and Board Bia, Teagasc and ICBF. So collectively, we bring together the data from the three sources, be it any of the data that Board B is collecting through our quality assurance audits, ICBF's data obviously on, animals, genetics, etc. And then Teagasc provide the research behind, let's say, the different specifics and models that AgNav uses. So it's consolidating all that into one place so that we can give farmers, I guess, their data and where their farm is at now, what actions they might take, and then it shows them basically that based on doing this action or that action to what level, how it'll help their specific farm. So that's probably one key point of AgNav. It's farm specific, not generalization, if that makes sense. So this is just explaining what I said already. So the organizational roles within AgNav, obviously Teagasc bring the scientific expertise and the research. They also have a free signpost advisory service that, helps farmers from a climate action point of view, just implementing the actions within AgNav. They are open to, let's say, anybody. They're separate, I guess, to the paid advisory service that Teagasc obviously have as well. ICBF obviously have all the AIMS data. They control the IT side of AgNav and the development piece. And then, like I said, ourselves, we have the QA, we do the carbon footprinting, e-learning, sustainability tools, all that kind of thing. So just, I guess, to call out that AgNav at the minute is available for dairy, beef and tillage farmers. So other enterprises are being worked on. Sheep and pigs are coming quite soon. Poultry, horticulture, forestry then will come down the line. Again, future developments. So as you see on the right hand side, that's basically a farm plan that a farmer will get at the end of the day with their herd number, their name, the date it was updated, etc. The different actions they've selected, what date that they've, that the action should be completed by, and then it can be updated whether it's done or not. New actions can be taken, etc. So the list of actions has been extended and there's a significant amount there. It will be extended more. Verification of actions is also underway so that basically when farmers complete this or they submit it in some way, shape or form to some of ourselves, be it Board B, let's say, if they updated their survey or through ICBF, it would automatically update their plans for them. And then processor features. Obviously, the different processors have different sustainability schemes or requirements, so that does come into it too. So this is probably just a simple diagram to explain how AgNav works. It works in three different sections is probably the best way to do it. So to start it off, you have to complete the Board B sustainability survey. So this gives, I guess, the background information of where the farm is at. I guess the information that's inputted into this is crucial as well to have a plan that is worthwhile. As we all know, farmers can, put in everything and anything, and AgNav will clearly show that up because, you know, their carbon footprint or their nutrient balance figures will be completely out of line. Like, you know, if they meant to put in 10 ton of meal, they put in 100 ton, which a lot of people do, might put in an extra zero by mistake or whatever. That will show up. It's easily fixed, but it's probably one key point to maybe just figure out when you are doing it, that the figures that were put in are accurate, especially around meal and fertilizer. So then you go to the forecaster function, which is an analyzing tool. I can show you a screen grab in a minute. Basically, that shows up loads of different actions that can be taken and where the farmer's at. So it's actually an interactive tool. You can use it to toggle, let's say that if the farmer is using 50% protected urea, if you move it to 60% and you reduce CAN, what will that do to the carbon footprint if you increase it to 100%? So it's very interactive that way. And then ultimately then a farmer picks actions and creates an action plan. So, like I said, this is the sustainability survey. I'm sure most of you are probably aware of this. That captures, you know, any data that goes in. So this is the assessing part, let's say, of the Board BIA survey, which, look, this piece as well, I guess, in 2026, hopefully will be updated as well to make it more user-friendly. So that is probably coming down the line as well. But for now, anyway, this is what it looks like. So the farmer inputs all their data at this stage. Then they move to the analyze stage. So this is the forecaster that I was basically talking about. So as you see there, you have nitrogen fertilizer up, and you have the 100% of nitrogen. And then if you go down, it says, you know, you have urea, 22% protected urea, 33%, and other. And they're interactive, so that toggle can be moved right or left. And then basically where you see up here that it says calculate, you can recalculate it live in front of the farmer to show them what each of the measures will do for their carbon footprint. And there is more. When you log in, you'll see it as well. Like these three headings have been added to as well. There's a lot more as you go. So yeah, so it's quite interactive to do that with the farmer, I guess, and to show them visually, I suppose, the difference that, you know, using protected urea over some of the others will do for their emissions. And then act. So like I said, basically a farmer will pick actions that they're going to act upon over the next while, and then they get a list of actions, and it's created into a plan. So as you can see there, let's say this is just one example, that apply lime to correct soil pH, and it shows that the farmer has selected it and it's in progress. And it also then shows here the economic benefit and the environmental benefit as well. So you'll see with the different actions, which is more economical, which will help the environment more. They're there as well through the little, I don't know what you want to call them, circles, I suppose, as well. One key point to be aware of is that sometimes farmers want to log in themselves, and they can, like, of course, is that their login details is the exact same as their ICBF login. So it's their ICBF login details, which is normally their herd number and a password. So that's probably just a point to keep in your minds for the farmers. So this, I guess, is the advisory dashboard that you will see when you log in. So the advisory dashboard is on the left-hand side, but it will come up instantly when you log in. So what you would need to do is create a group for yourself as an advisor. So you go over here to the right-hand side where it says create a group. You then come up here, and depending on what the group that you're working with. So if you wanted to put everybody, you know, that you're working with for Waters for Life, let's say, in together, you can just put Waters for Life here and create the group. So then basically what you do then is you will have different farmers assigned to yourselves and registered to yourselves. So they need to be linked, I guess, in advance. So that's why we would have been talking about different farmers. So you type in the farmer's herd number here and click search. That farm then will come up. So you just add that user then to your group. So it should be very simple that the farmers, the first name, the details and all that will come up. Obviously for the purpose of this, we have it blocked out. So you add the user to the group. And then basically when you have the users in a group, so again, you can create another group, like up here is a demo discussion group, let's say. So if you have a group of farmers in a discussion group, you can put them in another group. You can create as many groups as you want, depending on what works best for your system. So then you will see, as you have more farms in the list, the herd list will come up like this. So the forecaster tool, if you want to change it or anything, is on the left-hand side, or go into it and fiddle around with it. That's on the left-hand side. And then the action planner is under here, under action plan. As advisors, they're probably the two main pieces that you'll be going into. And then again, like across here, it has a lot of the key metrics maybe just might show up here as well for the different farms, that you can see, different farms against each other and what they're doing. So that's probably the key piece, because then you'll be going farm by farm then, I guess. So that's just probably the 2 parts to jot down, maybe, is that the forecaster tool is accessible here, and that the action planner is here. But again, we will share this because you mightn't remember that, in fairness. So yeah, this is just to point out, I guess, that some herds are in different processor groups, and they will have different, they might have some specific actions assigned to them as well. No more than like Waters for Life might be assigning specific actions. So when there's a drop down arrow of select a theme, and you will see then as well that the name of the program will show there. So the farmer will only have one action plan. We obviously don't want farmers having numerous action plans, but they can add different actions for different programs. So that's just something to bear in mind. Like, for example, all dairy goals suppliers have an action plan. They have specific actions for dairy goals. So you might need to just add in, let's say, a specific action that you need yourselves. So that's pretty much as simple and as basic as AgNav is.